So I've been playing Final Fantasy 13 because I finally want to go for that platinum trophy. And as I'm playing on the PlayStation 3, I can only think that maybe 2025 is the right time for us to get a remaster of Final Fantasy 13 and maybe the trilogy. And in today's video, I want to talk about why. So with that all being said, Yep. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what is up, guys? Jen here. Yeah, we get it. Timestamps in the description. Subscribe to the channel. You know, follow and all that lot. But I just want to tell you before you go on any further that we can play Final Fantasy 13 4K, 60 frames per second on Steam, and that applies to Final Fantasy 13 2 and Lightning Returns. So I'm kind of confused to why you're making this video. Okay, you can play it on Steam, you can play it in 4K, 60 frames per second, but I'm talking about getting a remaster, not a port, because what you're describing to me is a port with mods and some unofficial fixes, am I right? I mean, we do have to install a couple of mods to get it working. It's not like there's any complaints on the community boards about it not working. Just a few unofficial fixes that we need to install, and then, you know, a couple of mods if we want it looking fantastic. But apart from that, yeah, we've got what you're asking for. We've already got it. Okay, so that being said, let's carry on with why we need Final Fantasy 13 as a remaster. It's not just about the 4K, it's not just about the 60 frames per second, it's about some quality of life and really bringing some shine to this game, because I'm playing it at the moment and I'm really enjoying it. You'll hear more once I get that platinum trophy, but I really think more people need to play Final Fantasy 13, but it is lacking some things. It gets known as the hallway simulator, and though that might be the case to a certain degree, it doesn't detract from what the game gives you. But let's talk about some quality of life features that we could probably benefit with Final Fantasy 13. Of course, the 4K, the 60 frames per second in cutscenes and in battle would be fantastic. It would really shine what the game has to offer because it still looks beautiful on the PlayStation 3. But the PlayStation 3 version, believe it or not, the version I'm playing, the PAL version, doesn't even come with the easy mode. I think on Steam and on the Xbox version, you can have easy mode. So having easy mode accessible would be great. It would be very beneficial for that end game grind. Also, let Gil drop from enemies when we finish battle, because I'm in chapter 8 at the moment and I have a whopping 3,000 gil so far, and I've not spent anything in shops, so you can see where we would probably benefit with some gil. But random encounters, even though they're not so random, you find them on the map. It would be nice to have a feature to, even if we do clash with enemies, that it doesn't activate a battle, where we can toggle that feature on and off. Not only that, sometimes I just want to take in the world and get a nice screenshot, but I can't because of that mini-map. So taking the mini-map on and off would also be a nice quality of life feature. Now, I know Final Fantasy 13 really lacks NPCs and towns to visit. It doesn't really open up until the later parts of the game, and that is true. I don't think any quality of life features would fix that, but having a fast forward option would definitely help get through some of those more tedious sections a lot more quicker, and that could be applied to the field and battle. Talking about battle, there is many things I would like to see when it comes to battle. I would like to see the features and the Crystarium not be locked until later in the game. Give it us all now. Let us have everything. Let us grind away and really max out things so we can get through those sections a little bit faster and just embrace the story for what it is. Also, we get game over if our party leader dies. Let's take that away. But I kind of know why that feature is in place, because we only control the main parties. So a kind of fix that would be nice for that is the ability to switch who we are controlling in battle. And then when we switch from our party leader to the person that was our party leader, will then get overtook by the AI. And then we can switch with R1 and L1 or something like that, R2, L1, clicking the analog sticks, anything like that, where we can switch over to who is leading the party. So maybe we can react a little bit quicker and make sure we're getting the spells out that we need. Now, a thing that we've been blessed with this generation of gaming is load times. Load times are minimal, if not non-existent. And one thing I've noticed while playing on the PS3 is I've got to wait around for a little bit while each section is loading, whether it's a cutscene or it's the next chapter. So having load times cut dramatically would be incredible. You know what? I'll even go one step a little bit further. Nautilus. What a location. I thought we were going to have mini games galore, but it just seems to be just one stop that we just pass on by. Now, I know it might be unrealistic, but wouldn't it be cool if this could be a location we could go back to once the game opens up to play some mini games, to get some extra items, do some chocobo racing or anything along those lines? It would be nice. It's something they could maybe do. I don't know, but again, it's another thing that you could add to a remaster to make it appealing for more people to play. There's so many other yes, sorry to disturb, Billy. Talking about Final Fantasy 13 being accessible to everyone on modern platforms. This is my Xbox. This is an Xbox, and I can play Final Fantasy 13, and I can play it via backwards compatibility. Yep, and 4K, 60 frames per second. Thank you, Xbox, for allowing me to do that. So again, I agree with the Steam dude. We don't need one. We do not need Final Fantasy 13 or the trilogy, in fact, on modern platforms. So if you excuse me, this is an Xbox, and I'm gonna go play. Okay, that is great, but I'm not talking about a port. It's fantastic that you can play it on your Xbox via backwards compatibility. I'm not taking away from that fact. I'm talking about a remaster with new features and everything else in between. Yes, it's upscaled to 4K and it plays at 60 frames per second, but that's not the subject of the remaster I'm talking about. Let it be accessible to the masses with so many quality of lives. And I'm hoping that all of you guys agree what I have said in this video. Is there anything else you would like to add to Final Fantasy 13? And of course, I've focused on Final Fantasy 13, but I'm talking about the entire trilogy. So please let me know in the comments section below what you would add to a Final Fantasy 13 remaster. Or would you rather it be remade, because we haven't really gone down that route? Are there major changes you would like to see to Final Fantasy 13? I've just talked about some quality of lives here, there, and everywhere that I would like to see, but I'm sure I've missed a plethora of things. There are so many things with Final Fantasy 13 where you're like, I can see why they didn't like that. And that is completely fair, but these are things that can be addressed in a remaster. Of course, I would love to see the boosters having the ability not to die. Obviously, the fast forward, of which we talked about, max out all the weapons, have our TP meter not go down so we can use summons as when all the time when we can, just to blitz through some battles. There's so many things, but with that, I'm going to leave it there. Again, let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate your time, and until... Wait a minute, what are you doing here? Hey, yeah, I agree with you. We need it on modern platforms so we can all have access to it. So I'll close out the video for you. Until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.